So I had this idea to build these reflectors, and I made them like the super cheapest reflector ever, apparently. Only uh, one um, nail to, to make it in each corner. Well, there's actually two, because there's one for putting the frame together, and then one for holding the piece there. I know it doesn't look that great, but the purpose was for prove the concept and not to make a professional product. So, as you can see, this one did not survive. So I have to put it back together. And maybe screws would have been better than reflectors. But it is 97 degrees outside, and I was going to use this wall. I know this is outrageous. I was going to use this wall to help stabilize the temperature, but it gets so hot that it absorbs a ton of energy here, and I think that it just releases it anyways. So I decided to, well, and at first I had put these reflectors on top, and I realized that in the morning they were targeting the house for like 6 hours. So at first I was like heating the house with them, and I was like, this is getting out of control. And then once the heat gets captured in the house, it doesn't. There's like there's no escaping. So I have to try and reflect it away in the morning, because this is where the sun hits in the morning. But I did cover. See, it's a little bit cooler, but it's still really warm. I had originally made this wall and painted it black. Uh, I think I've lost some of the stuff here to heat the house or heat the yard or try and heat the wall to try and have more warmth uh, here. Um, so I had to make sure that I covered all that blackness. I had this one of these old reflectors that had been torn apart by the wind, because the wind is awful. So that was the idea was I was going to try and make it smaller, and then maybe the wind wouldn't affect it as much. That's the idea. The smaller reflectors should sustain less damage from the wind. That's what I'm thinking, because there's uh, less that can happen to each one of them, or they'll give instead of flapping in the wind. Um, is the idea, anyways. So we'll see how that goes. It seems, I don't know. I should have just, I don't know. It's interesting. Yeah, I even have these reflectors here that are to reflect away. But yeah, like I said, if the sun's hitting just right, it reflects it toward target that's hitting the house. But in this case, it goes through the window and hopefully doesn't add much heat and just adds light um, to the. But yeah, I decided to cover this part with wood too. I know this is a silly part. When it starts to get cold, I'll have to remove all this wood, and then move the reflectors to the edge of the to the fence to where it'll reflect towards the black and heat the house. So, but yeah, the big ones definitely sustained a lot of damage from the wind. Uh, over here on this side of the house, I don't think it is as bad. Um, but yeah, so the reason that it's like all put together so quickly and sporadically is because